Hello, we're on to day 2 today of the 100 days from Medi-hating to meditating. It's a challenge and I don't find it very easy to do at the minute. The first half an hour of starting it, I get all these different thoughts coming through my mind. I get all these things of what I'm supposed to do, a talk that I'm doing next week. What do I talk about? Do I do it off the cuff? Do I just let it flow? Whatever comes out is meant to be. And coupled with thoughts of I'm going out tonight with my friend Jackie. So it's like things that are happening like day to day, things I need to do in the house, thoughts of walking Ricky. So it's all thoughts that go through my mind. And it's like an onslaught of thoughts and it's like, it's really difficult to switch that part off, so I don't. So I just worked through it today. And I didn't manage to do it all the way through. I had maybe a comfort break, and then part way through I heard a lot of noise coming from upstairs, and I realised that Ricky was upstairs sleeping, and I had to suddenly switch off and realised that he was having a fit, so I went upstairs to bring him down. But anyway, safe to say he is okay. After a little cuddle, I started again. And the message from today and day 2, I think is one of who we are in our life. It's like we are these different characters. When I look back at how I was maybe about 10 years ago, I'm not the same person I am today. But sometimes when I experience things, it's like, how the hell did I experience that? How did I get through that? And I don't recognise myself. It's like I was experiencing as a different person. Now, just quickly tell you a bit about the story, because it was obviously something that was meant to come up. And it was a time in my life where I was quite at a low point. I had just gone through some really deep grief at losing someone I really, really loved. I didn't feel worthy. I felt as the reason why he died was partly my fault. And I was in what some would call quite a toxic relationship. And the experience that came into my mind was we were having an argument, and the idea in my head, and I can't even remember what the argument was about. The idea in my head was I had to get out the door. So if you can imagine, the door is open. So it's one of those, I can't remember what they're called. Anyway, front door. And I had my hand around the door frame because I wanted to get out of the house. I was scared and I wanted to get out of the house. At the same time as I was trying to get out, this man was arguing with me and I was arguing with him. And what he did was slamming the door shut as I had my hand there. So the act of him slamming the door shut onto my wrist repeatedly to try and get me to stop holding on, to try and get me to stop escaping. And when I think back to that time, I think, how could I have been in that position? How was that me? It was like I was like a different person. It was like I wasn't acting without any thought for myself. I wasn't acting who I am. It's like I was a different person. And I can remember it was quite common at that time to feel quite a lot of fear around this man. It was quite common that I'd be threatened with words as well as actions. I can remember times when I was pinned down. I was held down against my will. I can remember my two boys, my two dogs, who were hiding with me in this room because we were scared. We were scared of going that way. I couldn't understand why he was being so violent towards me, why he was wanting to hurt me. Because to me that wasn't the way that I thought about people, and I've never thought about people like that. And it just got me thinking that, you know, we have survived all our traumatic experience. We have, as if we're not just one person, as if we're like multiple people, if that makes sense. We're multiple people acting out different roles throughout our lives. And that period in time taught me that I was stronger than I actually thought I was. And even though someone was wanting to hurt me and try and make me feel less powerful and small, there was something in me grabbing that door frame that I knew I could escape. I knew I could be freed and stop being trapped by another person, to stop being controlled. And the relationship went on for quite a while. It wasn't a very happy relationship, and there was a lot of games, manipulation being played. But it got to the point where I thought, this doesn't make sense. What I am experiencing is not who I am. I am worth a lot more than this. And I had to experience that to know that who I really was a lot bigger than those experiences. And I can appreciate both men and women who go through abusive relationships, because I've been there. But it got to the point where it built up and it built up and it built up and it built up to such a point that I got angry. I got angry and I decided, no, I deserve more than this. And because the relationship had been so dependent on each other, I don't really know, but it was a codependent relationship. It was like I needed someone to be there, and it didn't necessarily have to be him, it had to be somebody, because I couldn't be on my own, if that makes sense. But the realisation was like, we can be all these different people, and who we are today doesn't necessarily mean it's the same person we're going to be tomorrow or next week or the week after or the next month or next year. So just to value the experiences you've been through, each one of them, I believe, is a lesson in stepping into our true power into who we are. And it's also a healing journey. It's also bringing together different facets of who we are, and to give yourself the credit that you have survived your experiences. I have survived my experiences. It's made me who I am today. And on that note, knowing that we are all entwined, we are all connected. Because another thing that I came to the realization was I was drawn to the pain in my shins, because I've had a lot of pain in my right knee, from boot camp. And what I saw on my shins was a lot of different muscle fibers all connected, and it just made me realize that we are all connected. Our body parts are all connected to each other. A pain in one part of your body can be connected to a pain in another part of your body. It can be connected to emotional pain. It can be connected to physical pain. But it can also be connected to maybe a pain that you're feeling from someone else, being emotional or physical. And I do believe that we are connected, and to honour that connection, and to know that life is a journey. We're all in this together. So at the end of day 2, what's come to me, and I will catch you on the other side tomorrow, and let you know how I got on. So over and out to you all. Elena Bleakin from Become You. Goodbye.